Adopting a pet. Top 5 reasons why you should adopt. You'll save a life, you'll get a healthy pet, you'll save money, you'll feel better, and you won't be supporting puppy mills and pet stores. You'll save a life. Sadly, between 3 and 4 million dogs and cats are euthanized each year in the United States, simply because too many people give up their pets and too few people adopt from shelters. There is very limited space at shelters, and staff members have to make difficult decisions to euthanize animals who haven't been adopted. The number of euthanized pets would drop dramatically if more people adopted pets instead of buying them. By adopting from a private humane society or animal shelter, you'll save the lives of 2 animals, not just 1. You'll save the pet you adopt and a homeless animal somewhere who can be rescued because you helped make more room in a shelter for them. You'll get a healthy pet. Animal shelters are always full of bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, happy, healthy animals, just waiting for someone to take them home. Almost all shelters will examine the animals and give them the vaccinations they need when they arrive. Sometimes they spay or neuter them also. Not only do they provide medical care, they test the animals to make sure they have all the right behaviors and temperaments to make sure they go to the right homes. Pets lose their homes because of people reasons. A common misunderstanding is that animals are in the shelter for something that they did wrong or because they had been abused, when in fact, animals are usually in shelters for people reasons, not because they did something wrong. They may be in there due to a divorce, a move, a lack of time for the pet, or financial reasons. Those are probably the most common reasons why pets will lose their home. You'll save money. Adopting a pet from a shelter is much less expensive than buying a pet from a pet store or through a breeder. A pet from a shelter will have its vaccinations and will most likely be spayed or neutered. If it isn't, then they will offer to do it at a very low cost. When a puppy has all this already done, it'll save a lot of money and there will be no need for vet bills. You'll feel better. Pets always have a way of putting a smile on your face. Not only do animals give you unconditional love, but they have shown ways of being psychologically, emotionally, and physically beneficial. Caring for a companion can provide a sense of fulfillment and lessen emotions of being alone in all ages. Pets can get you to be more active. Just spending time with an animal can lower a person's blood pressure and cholesterol levels. Dog walking, pet grooming, and even simple petting can provide an increased physical activity. You will not be supporting puppy mills and pet stores. Puppy mills are factory-style dog breeding facilities. They put profit over the well-being of the animals that they sell. Most dogs that are housed in puppy mills live in shockingly poor conditions with improper medical care. The parents of the puppies are bred over and over. A female will be bred from every heat cycle, and not only are they bred like that, they have no human companionship at all. They have no hope of ever joining a family. Why would anyone want to support something like this? Awareness. Many people are not even aware that puppy mills exist. So when they do buy from a pet store, online ad, or retail outlet, they're unwillingly supporting this cruel industry. Puppy mill owners do not want you to see where the puppies come from. That's why this cruel industry is hidden. By adopting a pet, you can be sure you're not supporting their mills and you will know you are getting a well-behaved, healthy pet. The horrors of puppy mills. Hundreds of thousands of puppies are raised each year in commercial kennels. Puppy mills are distinguished by their inhumane conditions and the constant breeding of unhealthy, genetically defective dogs solely for profit. Very often, the dogs in puppy mills are covered with matted and filthy hair, their teeth are rotting, and they have bad eyesight. Many dogs even have their jaws beginning to rot due to tooth decay. The dogs are kept in small wire cages for their entire lives. They are almost never allowed out. They never touch solid ground or grass, which means they never get to go out and play or run around. Many of the dogs are kept in cages together, and dog fights occur. When the dog fights break out, nobody is there to break them up, and the dogs end up having bad injuries. Some dogs lose feet and legs. They get caught in the wire floors of the cages. When they try to free themselves, they end up losing limbs because of it. Inside puppy mills, there is no heat in the winter and no air conditioning in the summer. Puppies may not survive due to freezing to death or heat stroke. Dogs in puppy mills are sometimes debarked. This usually happens to the dogs that stay there and are bred. a steel rod is jammed down their throats to rupture the vocal cords. In most cases, this also breaks their jaws. Female dogs are bred from the first time they come into heat. They are bred every heat cycle after until they are not able to reproduce anymore. Then they are euthanized. In the United States, pet stores sell approximately 500,000 puppies a year, most of them coming from puppy mills. There are 7 states that are known as puppy mill states. They are well known because they have the majority of puppy mills in the country. The 7 states are Missouri, Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Pennsylvania. This is a picture of the conditions that the puppies live in. You can see that it's not very well kept up. No animal should be kept in a wire cage for its entire life. As you can see, there's no bottom to the cage, it's just wire. And then the horrible truth about puppy mills, you can see that this dog is really underweight and doesn't have any care. Backyard breeders. Unlike puppy mill owners who operate high-volume breeding programs in bad living conditions, the term breeder or backyard breeder can apply to a number of situations. Some breeders, mainly the ones that breed for financial gain, share similar characteristics with the puppy mill owners. They may produce high volumes of litters, generally a variety of breeds, and the pups may be kept in substandard living conditions. The problem with backyard breeders is most of them think that they are doing nothing wrong. They don't realize that with every puppy that is bought from them, there are 3 more that will be euthanized in a shelter due to overpopulation. Backyard breeders are the single most cause of pet overpopulation by 67%. 20 to 30% of dogs in shelters are purebreds and are the result of backyard breeding. Did you know? Of the 5.2 million dogs that live in the United States, approximately 2.9 million of them are euthanized in shelters annually due to overpopulation. Where do all these dogs come from? Roughly 1%, if that, comes from dogs reproducing on their own. Less than 12% comes from breeders who actively test their pups in obedience in field trials. Puppy mills produce about 20%, and last but not least, backyard breeders produce about 67%. Adopt a pet. Now that you know about these horrible puppy mills and backyard breeders, I simply ask that next time you go to get a new family pet or companion, you think about what I've shared with you. Really consider adoption. You can save a life and feel great about it.